You're watching the ULTRASPORT Network. Coming up next from the Optus Stadium in Perth, Western Australia, it's the first match of the 5-5 Ashes series. With just days to go before the opening test, the Aussies and the English face off, as a rivalry spanning nearly 150 years is reignited once again. We've got live, uninterrupted coverage for you, starting right now. Today marks 3 months since the beginning of the ULTRASPORT hiatus that was announced in August, and we are finally back here on the 16th of November from Optus Stadium in Perth, Australia, as we bring you this high-profile match between Australia and England, the most legendary series in cricket, the most legendary rivalry in this sport, about to get underway as we see a replay of the coin toss. It was England calling heads here, and the result of the toss was in their favor to begin this first match of the 5-5 Ashes series. England chose to bowl, and we are just moments away from the beginning of the action here at the Optus Stadium between England and Australia. Glad to have you with us. Usman Khawaja and Marnus Labuschagne first into the crease here for Australia, starting off against a spin bowler in Dawson, and this is going to be sent away to the boundary for 4 by Khawaja. Great start to this first 5-over clash in the 2025 5-over Ashes series. As we take a look at this again, excellent follow through from Khawaja, and Australia will be hoping that that sets the pace, sets the tone for the rest of the matchup. Dot ball here, sent right to Kars. And this one won't get very far. Scooped up by the keeper. Liam Dawson, the left arm finger spin bowler, starting things off here this morning for England. As Khawaja wanted to put some power on this, could not get it past the 30-yard circle. Still just 4 runs in the Zohr. Sent to offside here by Dawson. And again, Khawaja can't send it very far. And Dawson will now bowl his last delivery. At the end of the first over, Australia none for 4.
Australia are now none for 4.
Jofra Archer now coming in for England as a bowler. Won the one-day International World Cup with them back in 2019. Of course, made a name for himself there, as this will be picked up just before it can get to the boundary. That's going to be 2, as Marnus Labuschagne gets on strike for the first time in this match. He'll get 2 runs off the first delivery he faces. This one edged but stopped again right before the boundary. It's going to give them 2. Good start to the over here from Labuschagne. Straight on here, down the ground. Will it get all the way? Yes, it will. And that is the second boundary of the match for Australia, as Labuschagne sends it straight on. Aussies starting to pick up the pace here. Only got 4 runs in the last over, of course. Labuschagne 8 from 3. Now we'll send this towards square leg. And I think it's going to run out of steam. Picked up there. Back to the bowler. And it's 2 more for Australia. Labuschagne remains on strike, of course, as he has for this entire over. Sends it towards square leg again. Is it going to be fast enough this time? It's going to be stopped just before the boundary. And again, 2 for Australia as it goes back to the keeper's end. And the final delivery that the Australian side will face in over number 2. Short one here from Archer. Labuschagne still manages to connect. He'll send that away to the boundary. 16 runs from 6 balls for Labuschagne. Australia are none for 20. And here comes Ben Stokes into the attack for England. Let's see what he can do. He also won the World Cup, won the One-Day World Cup with England in 2019, as well as the T20 World Cup with them in 2022. And that tournament took place here in Australia. Final was at the MCG. Stokes, a mainstay of England, both in limited overs and in test format. And 2 dot balls to start things off. Good defensive start for his over bowling. Australia currently with a run rate of 8.57. Short delivery here, and Khawaja is going to take advantage of it. That is his first runs since the very first ball of this match. He's 8 from 9, only managing to score on 2 of those 9 that he's faced. This one sent towards offside, and it is stopped as we get a good view of the pitch here from above. Next delivery to Khawaja. Again, isn't going to go very far. Original partnership, however, managing to stay in the crease. No wickets so far here today. Of course, as I say that, they'll probably take one. And there it is! Well then. That's quite a way to close out over number 3, and we'll see if they review this. Let's take a look at this once again. Edged, keeper is there, right place, right time. And there you have it. Usman Khawaja departs, 8 runs from 12 balls, and that will close out over number 3. It is Cameron Green in now for Australia. He'll face off against a brand new bowler in Adil Rashid. Second spin bowler that England sent in today, but Green will not be on strike to start. Labuschagne wanted some power on this. Did not get that. Does not go very far at all. 16 from 7 here for Labuschagne as he sends this in the air towards square leg. He will get lucky, it will bounce, and it's sent back to the bowler as Cameron Green prepares to face down his first ball. Look at this. That is going to be caught. And Cameron Green, Golden Duck, out on the first ball he faces. As we see this from the first-person view, there you go. Cameron Green departs, and you can see the frustration as he walks off the field. Steve Smith coming in now, right-handed batsman, a very experienced one for Australia. We're now 2 for 25, halfway through the 4th over. Smith will not send this very far at all. As we come to you today once again from the Optus Stadium here in Perth. Home of the Perth Scorchers, of course, in the Big Bash League, and that's going to be coming up as well. We will have coverage for you of that here on ULTRASPORT, and more details will be announced in the coming weeks. But Smith here will send this to the boundary. 4 more for Australia as they look to increase their total with just 7 balls to go. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 5-5. Oh, did he get him here? Yes, he did. And there is the 3rd dismissal for England and the 2nd for Adil Rashid. Celebrates with Joe Root as the batsmen talk this over. Generally, we haven't seen many reviews in 5-5 matches, and
The player departing the
Smith caught out by Smith after after scoring 4 runs from 3 balls. And that will end over number 4. So in 2 overs, we've seen 3 dismissals. And up next, we will see Travis Head coming into the crease for Australia. Bryden Carse will finish out England's defensive innings, and we shall see what Australia can do with these last 5 balls. Sorry, 6 balls. I don't know what I was thinking there. 5 overs. Dot ball here. Doesn't get very far at all. Can't get past the 30-yard circle anyways. Next delivery to Labuschagne in the crease is going to be sent straight on. Is he going to make it all the way? Yes, he will. 4 runs there. As we take a look at this once again. Australia 3 for 33. Or 3 for 33 if your name's Richie. This going to the boundary, that's going to be 4. Halfway through over number 5 now. And Australia hoping to get a few more runs, get whatever they can to drive up that total that England will have to chase, and we'll see how they fare. It's a different English side than what we saw in our 5-over series when they played India this summer. Some adjustments to the roster for this Ashes series, as this goes back to the bowler for a single. 8.14 the run rate for Australia, as Travis Head will be on strike for the first time, hoping to not go out like his predecessor. That looked a bit LBW at first glance, but I think he's fine. And that will bring us to the last delivery of the innings, and Travis Head will look to end it in a big way. Will he be able to? Sends it straight down, and Australia will finish 3 for 42. So a look at the Australian scorecard here. Marnus Labuschagne undoubtedly having the highest score with 26 runs from 12 balls. Usman Khawaja, who he started with, had 8 from 12. Cameron Green was out for a golden duck. And Steve Smith and Travis Head both had 4 runs from 3 balls. And we await the beginning of England's batting innings now. So it will be Ben Duckett on strike to start things off here for England. He will take on the captain, Pat Cummins. England need 43 runs from 40 balls to win here today in Perth as we begin our 5-5 Ashes series here on ULTRASPORT. And this one goes straight to the keeper. Bounced over, so he gets lucky there. That would have been a very morale-boosting start for Australia as they hope to start this series off on a high note. Of course, the test coming up on the 20th. That's later this week, as this will be sent away past forward point. And that is going to give them 2 runs. Went back to the keeper. He took out the stumps because you can never be too sure, but Duckett safely behind the crease by the time he did that. Next delivery here from Cummins, sent to offside, but Duckett manages to leverage it, and that's going to be 4. Good start here for England. And contrast this with what we saw in the first over from Australia. Usman Khawaja got a boundary off the first ball, stayed on strike for the entire over, but didn't score a single thing since that initial boundary, since that first ball. So, could this be setting the pace for England? Could we, are we going to see a quick win here today, perhaps? You can see there on the scoreboard they need 36 from 26. So this is definitely not the worst chase England have ever faced down. Short delivery here from Cummins. It's stopped just before the boundary at deep third man. And this will be 2. England none for 9, with 1 delivery remaining here in over number 1, and Ollie Pope hoping to make it double digits. Offside, stopped, and England will indeed finish 0 for 9, at the end of the first over. Josh Hazlewood into the attack now for Australia. A lot of familiar faces we are seeing here this morning. As this goes offside, Duckett is going to send it past square leg. Nobody's going to catch up to that. It is 4. And that's double digits for Ben Duckett, 11 from 5 deliveries here in this initial 5-5 match in Perth. And if you allow me to break the fourth wall for a bit, this is our last Cricket 24 video. We'll be doing this stuff in Cricket 26 from now on, as it releases the same day that the Ashes series begins, or at least that's the plan. As we restore the fourth wall, this is 4 more for the touring side. You see some directions being relayed here as Duckett makes it a total of 15 from 6 for him. England need 26 from 22. Duckett is going to send this straight on. He may very well be named man of the match when this is all said and done, as he's just put 4 more on the board for the English side. Duckett on a roll as we take a look at the replay here. Meets the delivery from Hazlewood perfectly, able to send it down the ground, and that is 4. 22 from 21 needed now for England to win. Very easy goal, I would think. Square leg from the offside delivery, and it's running out of steam, but it is going to get there, I think. Yep, there you go. 4 more as England continue their dominance, and as Ben Duckett continues his dominance, actually. All but 2 of England's runs so far being scored by him. This is really offside, but it's not sufficient to be a wide. England need 18 runs now. We haven't seen any maximums today, but 18 runs, of course, still would be 6 boundaries. No, sorry. Did do the math right there. My apologies. Would it be? That's embarrassing. Whatever. Nathan Lyon in now. Right arm finger spin bowler who has quite a bit of experience with the Australian national side. 18 from 18 needed. I apologize for my earlier remark on boundaries. Clearly I need a bit more knowledge of mathematics. But it still would be 3 maximums. As Ollie Pope faces down the next. He is gone! He is gone. Keeper was there, right place at the right time, and I think he had him. I really want to see the in-depth replay on this. Here we go. Because was it the catch? It was the catch. But then as you see here, he moves to take out the stumps just in case. Ollie Pope gone, 2 runs from 4 balls, and Australia get their first dismissal of the morning as Joe Root comes in now for the English side. And could Australia be turning things around here? England need 18 from 16 now. It's probably going to be 14 unless this runs out of speed. It will. So that's just going to be 2. Australia, of course, and now it would be 4 boundaries. Australia, of course, need to keep the run scoring down. They need to waste as much time as possible, get as many dot balls as possible. We are halfway through the innings here. As this goes to Travis Head. Nathan Lyon doing a good job, only allowing 2 runs so far. Root is going to find an opening here. Sent it to fine leg. But that's just a single. 15 from 13. If they can stop the flow of the boundaries, and they can just, run down the clock, concede a few singles, they'll have this, but it's still going to be a bit of an effort for Australia. As Mitchell Starc comes in at the end of the 3rd over, England are 1 for 28. 12 balls remain here for the touring side to finish the chase. And let's see how things will go with Mitchell Starc. Sends the first delivery to offside. Root is able to connect, and he sends it all the way for 4. As we take a look at the replay, quite a start to this 4th over. "11 from 11. Short delivery here. He manages to connect, and that is going to be 4 more. And now the needed total goes down to single digits. And Australia perhaps beginning to despair. A boundary plus 3 to give England the win here in Perth. And Joe Root could be the man to finish it off. 7 from 10. Here we go. Offside. Sends this into the air. Maximum. That is 6. And now they just need 1. Let's see this again. Look at that. "17 runs for Joe Root, combined with Duckett's 23. But they've stopped this here. And now, of course, they're prolonging the inevitable, but there's still a roar from the home crowd you can hear inside the Optus Stadium as the end has been prolonged by at least 1 more delivery. Now clapping in Starc's next delivery, but that is going to be all. Root sends this to the boundary for 4, and England win the first match in the 5-5 Ashes series.
England complete a decisive victory in this match. Thank you very much for joining us here in this match.
Marnus Labuschagne still with the highest total of any batsman. He is today's player of the match, but on the English side, Ben Duckett and Joe Root both with great totals. Duckett had 23 from 11, and Joe Root with 21 from 8. Ollie Pope only scoring 2 runs from 4 balls. And Usman Khawaja for Australia had 8 from 12. Again, Travis Head and Steve Smith both with 4 from 3. And taking a look at the bowlers now, on the Australian side, Nathan Lyon, the only one to take a wicket. He conceded 3 runs. And on the English side, Adil Rashid took 2 with 5, and Ben Stokes took 1. And that will be all here from the Optus Stadium in Perth, Australia. Our next match of the 5 over Ashes will be on Sunday, November 30th, as Australia and England continue this battle, this great rivalry that has existed for so long. Until then, we thank you for tuning in. ULTRASPORT is back. Goodbye and good night.